Coming next is BRAWLN News. It's an all wrestling update, and in it we got stories on, Evan Bourne, he did something really stupid, and he's going to be sitting at home for a while. Also, we got stories on China, who is doing something really stupid right now.
She's a little dim, too, yeah.
We also got stories on Ole Anderson and why he's not going to be at the Hall of Fame this year. Is CM Punk going to show up at the MMA's taping that's going on, I think, tonight while we're doing this? We'll find out real soon. And we've got someone who's moving from Louisville, Kentucky to the city of Chicago, a wrestler you know very well if you watch TNA. All that and more coming right up. Help us here at Alternate Reality to improve your kids' grades. Now, we know that good grades deserve a reward, and that's why we have the Alternate Reality Good Grades Club here at the store. If you have a grade schooler in the Chicagoland area, either city or suburbs, bring in their report card and we'll issue you one of these. Alternate Reality Good Grades Club card. Now, for each A, your grade schooler will receive a 2% discount, and for each B, a 1% discount. Now, based on this report card, this grade schooler is going to get an 11% discount here at the store for everything, all the time, all year long. So come on down to Alternate Reality, because good grades deserve a reward.
It used to be Frightened Wrestling. Now it's all just BRAWLN News. Whatever.
Elevate your existence. BRAWLN News, episode 101, Unscrupulosy.
Hey folks, how you doing? Take it!
Fight! 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 Hey folks, Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for BRAWLN News! BRAWLN News, and BRAWLN News is coming to you from this place, Alternate Reality, which is located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality, where all my new comics are always 15% off every day for everyone. You know, I get WWE magazine in here as well as a couple of fight magazines in here at the store. They're not 15% off unless you subscribe to them.
Why don't you?
But I get them down here at the store, so if you're looking for any of those, stop on by. But we've got fight news for you, specifically wrestling news for you. And our first story up involves Evan Bourne and why you're not going to be seeing him for a little while in the WWE.
Evan Bourne came back about a month ago from serving his 30-day wellness suspension for being caught testing positive for spice, a synthetic marijuana, which other people were smoking and didn't get busted for.
I thought that wasn't against the law.
And it is, according to the WWE, artificial marijuana is against the law.
Well, that's what's against the law and what's against their wellness policy.
Right.
Okay, when you're working for them, you know, it's their rules.
Right.
You know,
so if they catch you eating a Twinkie, if it's in the contract.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You can't eat Twinkies.
Gotcha.
Well, you know, there was always a contract with DC. This is taking a left turn, but it's related. DC Comics always had with the actors that appeared in like the Adventures of Superman,
morals clause,
or Batman, the TV series. There's morals clause. You can't be seen
smoking a cigarette,
smoking or drinking or whoring or whatever. You know, while you're doing the show, because that is not the image that we want to project for our characters. So, and it was called a morals clause.
So Evan Bourne right now is serving a 60-day suspension for his second violation of the wellness policy. Now, this one was not for this was not for using synthetic marijuana. This was for something else. He did post on his Twitter and on his Facebook, whatever, that he was very sorry for what it is.
And I'm stupid.
And under the terms of the wellness,
I'm sorry for being so stupid.
And that was he said. He said sometimes you're your own worst enemy. Under the rules of the wellness policy,
yes.
First failure, 30 days. Second failure, 60 days. Third failure, you're fired.
Okay. Well. TNA's waiting.
Right.
Okay. WWE Hall of Fame is coming up real soon for WrestleMania, of course, and the 4 Horsemen are being inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. One of the Horsemen, though, who you will not see at the Hall of Fame will be
Ole Anderson.
Why not?
He made it quite clear he had no intention of attending the WWE Hall of Fame.
Why?
Because he has issues with Vince McMahon and the entire concept of the WWE. Also,
the entire concept of the the whole concept of the WWE is a problem with.
He's been having issues for a while. There's also another reason.
Ole Anderson was for many years a professional wrestler. Yeah. What, he woke up one morning and realized that WWE is a professional wrestling organization? I have a problem with this philosophy.
He tried to move it into agriculture.
Yeah.
We should be growing tomatoes.
I thought it was a World Wildlife Fund. What the hell?
But he never worked for the WWF. Ever.
Just WCW?
He worked for WCW.
He never worked. I thought Ole Anderson worked backstage.
Nope, he never worked for Vince. Never worked for Vince at all.
Okay.
And also, they said there's another reason why.
Would that be because they never hired him, or because he never?
It's because he never had any interest in him, and he never had any interest in going over there either. The other thing is that Ole couldn't go anyway because Ole's got multiple sclerosis. He can't get from place to place. He can't travel. He can't sit. He can't do other stuff. But even he said, even at that though, even if they asked him, he said he'd tell Vince McMahon to go to hell. Ole before he developed MS, had a reputation of being a cranky son of a bitch, and it hasn't changed at all.
Well, I would assume MS wldn't help that.
Right. Hold the grudge like a full milk.
He doesn't even talk. He doesn't even talk to his fake brother Arn. Also not at the ceremony will be Paul Roma.
Why not?
Because Paul Roma is dumb.
He was a horseman.
No, he wasn't.
Sure he was.
Yeah, he was, but officially,
Sure he was.
No, he wasn't.
He was a jackass.
So is Steve McMichael. Is he going to be there?
He'll probably be in the audience, and Ric Flair will be there, which is going to be cute because Ric Flair still works for TNA.
Well, Ric Flair was the horseman. He was.
And actually, what's weird about that, Flair will be on the ceremony, which will not be on USA until that Monday. Flair's only being allowed to speak for 7 minutes. Because when he went to the Hall of Fame before, he spoke for like 25 to 30.
It doesn't matter when they get around to actually showing it on USA. They cut the damn thing down to almost nothing.
But he always ends up on the WrestleMania DVD. So.
Okay. Another person, we just talked about Ole Anderson not liking Vince McMahon very much. Another person who has a problem with Vince McMahon is China. Now, what is China's problem with Vince McMahon?
Well, I saw that she was having issues on Twitter with Vince McMahon, basically calling him bad things and challenging him to a fight and wanting to beat the living crap out of him.
Now, what caused all this? What caused
I don't really know.
She hasn't worked for Vince in years and years and years and years.
At all. And she says she's got one more match left in her. Now, I didn't actually
on what Vivid video?
Could be. I didn't actually.
She's got to wrestle a penis. To the ground.
I've got a Twitter account.
Adding the checks.
Right. I've got a Twitter account, and I follow a certain number of people, and I didn't follow her until I heard about the fight, and so I went and I subscribed in. Yeah. Man, she's saying some really mean and evil stuff about Vince.
What's the gist of her comments? I mean, not what is it she's saying, but what is she upset about?
Why is he holding a grudge? If she wanted to come back, why won't they talk? Why did he?
Oh, she's sweet talking him. She wants to come back, and she's sweet talking him. Hey, douchebag, when are you gonna hire me? That's not good people skills.
Why did he never like her and all that? But it's just
he bought her new breasts. He bought her new chin. Yeah, he got her on the cover of Playboy. I am not going to bat for Vince McMahon, but I mean, it's not like he kicked her around for 10 years.
Would you want to watch that porn star wrestling back in your veteran?
Well, I think that may have more to do with it than as far as Vince not wanting her.
She's just trying to provoke a fight. Don't be stupid as to why.
Maybe.
We got kids in the audience.
Well, maybe if you didn't decide to make Vivid video.
Well, yes, her next cinematic project is from Vivid. Will be called Ring Queen, and it'll feature.
What will it be about?
It'll feature a wrestling ring.
Yes.
It'll have a Titantron.
Yes.
And it'll have parodies of wrestlers and people who are in the WWF. Specifically,
I can't imagine
specifically Stephanie McMahon. So we're gonna see a porn version of Stephanie McMahon.
Sweet.
And this will.
I can't see why Vince wouldn't bring her back for one more.
This cinematic wonder will be coming out in March. Look for it in video places. Well, not in video stores. Look for
Mystery solved.
Look for it on the
Wonder
Vivid,
no more.
on the Vivid website.
We have talked before. We haven't talked about China in a little while, but we've talked many times about China in the past. And anybody who's a wrestling fan knows the story, knows the long and torturous story of China and her relationships and her life and where she's gone in her life. And there's no reason to bring all that back up again. But you know what? You're really being stupid. Well, you're really being stupid because at some point, all that cosmetic surgery is going to go to hell in a handbasket. And you're not going to have anything except Vince to fall back on. And you're pissing him off a lot.
Apparently, she was very popular at the little video news awards show, and everyone wanted to get autographs and pictures.
I'm sure she was, but I mean, how long do adult porn stars have careers?
She's probably got about 3-4 films left, and that's it.
And then what?
Professional dancing.
Not a lot of long-term thinking there.
Professional dancing. Dancing with the Star.
Yeah, America's Got Talent.
The Voice.
No, that'd be about time to find Jesus and start a church.
Or she could be a judge on America's Got Talent. She could be a judge. Get Hasselhoff back. She could sit there next to Hasselhoff.
I can tell you who's got a big penis. I don't need credentials for that.
Okay, taking a right-hand turn. CM Punk. CM Punk and UFC have had sort of on-again, off-again, not really relationship going on, but they've been put together in the news of late.
Well, it had been reported that Punk was going to be in Chael Sonnen's corner for the fight that's actually taking place at the United Center right now.
Okay.
Until it hit MMA sites, and then all of a sudden Vince McMahon told him he couldn't do it. He couldn't even take the night off for the show. But Sonnen said, actually, honestly,
yeah,
Punk and I talked about this, but we never confirmed any of this anyway. She said everyone's making a big deal about nothing. And do I believe Punk's at the show? Do I believe Punk's sitting in the United Center right now? Yeah, I think he's sitting in the audience right now. Vince, you can't tell him what to do on his day off.
Well, yes. Well,
no,
yes. No. If he can have a morals clause for Evan Bourne, or kind of part of the wellness policy, but if he can have part of his contract, that you cannot appear at any other event by any sort of competing organization, and the MMA, I think, as far as Vince is concerned, would be a competing organization, and I would assume that would be spelled out in a contract that yes, MMA counts as that. If that's in his contract, then no, he can't show up to it.
Yeah, but the thing about that is the fact that if you watch the UFC cards, they don't show the crowd anyway.
UFC has shown the Undertaker. When the Undertaker's shown up at those events, they've shown him in the past. Batista, before he joined MMA, when he was at the WWE, when he showed up.
If you're telling Punk he can't show up at the show and he can't show up for the ticket, and it's okay for the Undertaker to show up, that falls in the handing of a double standard.
Well, yes, it is, because you know what? The double standard is with the Undertaker, who is sort of a special case with the WWE.
Or Austin, who may also, or even The Rock. I mean, if The Rock wants to do
Austin's not an employee anymore. I mean, he's more of a freelancer.
No, Austin technically he's a contract with the WWE. He can do anything he wants, but technically he still is hooked up with the company. But as a general rule, when they do their cards, they don't really. And this is a Fox show. They're not going to show people in the audience. The Fox people only show people in the audience when they're selling other Fox shows. So if someone watched the TV show and Kiefer Sutherland happens to be sitting in the front row, oh my God, he has a show on Fox. What an amazing coincidence!
But if the director knows he's in the audience and he's there for that reason, they're not going to not show him.
Well, and if it does, they go,
they'll go out there and look at him.
You're going to find me $5,000? Okay, I make like $300,000.
That crap goes back to Johnny Carson and the Tonight Show back in the '60s. I mean, you have actors sitting in the audience, and between the time Johnny does the monologue and the sit down and introduces the first guest, hey, look who we've got out in the audience.
And then they disappear.
It's Dean Martin, whose new movie, the whatever the hell it is opening this weekend. What a coincidence! That crap goes all the way back.
And then you come back to the same seat and you go, where'd they go?
Yeah, where'd they go? He left. You got better things to do tomorrow. He'll be on the show next week. Our last story is a Chicago-based story, because we were just talking about the UFC match here in Chicago. It's a Chicago-based story. TNA knockout Tara is moving to the Windy City.
She's already moved.
Oh,
she lives here. She's here. She used to live in Louisville, Kentucky. She used to have
you moved up
a custom car shop, which had some issues. And she moved. She's moved to Chicago, and she plans on opening up a restaurant here.
I seem to remember, I do not know Tara's career forwards and backwards, but I seem to remember she had problems with her custom car shop.
Custom car, yeah, the place had a fire.
Burned to the ground.
Burned to the ground. The place had a fire. She got the insurance money back. It wasn't arson or anything like that. But she figured she's going to move to Chicago. She lives here now. Actually, when the WWE was just here for a show, there was a rumor she'd be in the backstage area, but she's here. But yeah, she's opening up a restaurant somewhere. Because it's like an Italian. She's opening an Italian place.
Okay.
Because Lisa Varon, which is her real name, she's Italian.
Well, cool.
Sounds like a reality.
I mean, it's about sandwiches.
Good luck with your restaurant. Good luck with your restaurant. And that's it. We're done with Finish right here. We got no more Brawlin' news. But you go to Store's website. Check out all the Brawlin' news this man sends me and I post up. Hey, Bo! Yes. Where's the website?
I don't know, but now I want a meatball hero
sandwich.
www.marltonatrality.com. The last best place for genuine hostility.
So go to the Store's website. Check out all the news this man sends me and I post up. And until next time, this is Comic Book Man.
This is a hungry Bo.
Saying.
Send him a meatball.
Bye.
The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.